Where to spend the money? Well, without even taking it out and finding out if it does charge, there was a separate little, let's see, there was a rectifier, solid state rectifier. There was one of them, you see, and what that does is the AC that comes flying out of the alternator, it chops off half of it and delivers DC to the battery, which is what you want, otherwise the battery would get very surprised indeed. This ugly piece of crap. This is the Zener diode, which acts as a, got to think, regulator. Very important, the regulator, because the alternator kicks out about 3 times the amount of power the bike actually needs. And again, everything will get very, very surprised very quickly if that wasn't involved. You can see they're very old, and the rule is very simple. If it's old and electrical and it's on a British bike, it probably needs replacing. So that's the combined regulator rectifier made by Joseph Lucas, Prince of Darkness. It's the genuine deal, so that will cost you about 40 quid. You can get a copy of it for £15. And I thought yeah, I went with the Lucas one on that. So that's where an example of where I spent the money. I just thought a solid state electrical component. I probably should get the better one. I mean, you can get lucky with knockoff parts, but if you get unlucky and it's a dud batch, or it fails unusually quickly, you've absolutely no comeback. That's not getting replaced or anything, so you don't even get an apology. There's not even a company to write to most of the time. So that's an example of me being a capitalist running dog, degenerate bourgeoisie person that throws his money around while there are people starving. So that's where I spend the money, but where not to spend the money? This is an oil tank, literally a tank full of oil. It's got no oil in it at the moment because I'm not using the bike, and the problem is there's a hose at the bottom and there's nothing to stop it dribbling into the engine and filling it up. And it's not like if you're used to Hondas or things like that. That's not where it's supposed to be. For some reason, Harleys and British bikes just put it up there somewhere. I did have a Yamaha, which was all in frame, an SR500. That was a stupid idea, but I think it was more an affectionate retro nod than an actual sensible idea. So full marks to Yamaha for dreaming. So I don't get this problem with the Harley because it's a daily driver. It doesn't sump, but this thing sumps like you would not believe very, very quickly. And I really am intending it as a second bike. So I'm going to have to do something about that. What you can buy, again on eBay, I love that site, is a brass valve that will hold it in check. It won't let it fall into the engine until the engine starts sucking it through, and then the valve will go, the little ball valve in it will sense the pressure and it'll open up. That is a brilliant idea. Now that thing is £41 something, okay? Again, so roughly the same amount as I spent on that was prepared to spend on that. But this here, you know how I feel about brass. This here is just a ball valve. You turn it that way, it will shut off. You turn it in line with the thing and it will open up. And that's what I'm going to use. And the reason is because it does exactly the same job. The only thing is you have to remember to turn the oil on. But you have to remember to turn the petrol on as well with these things. So this isn't a big deal. And that was £3.72, including postage. And it's a good one. It closes. I've tried it. I've tried blowing through it and pumping through it and things. So that's where I'm being a skinflint on this build. So I'm spending the money on that. And I'm being a total skinflint on that. Cheerio, bye.